Hello, Commander.
This guy is using Internet Explorer, yeah. Alright, so we're on Insane Terra. Oh, it's this lobby, this map. Okay, so I believe players spawn right here. And then the opponent spawns right here, and it's basically like a King of the Hill or King of the Metal, basically. So whoever controls the center of the map, has a pretty good economy, usually. Now, of course, players do have these backward expansions and the naval that they can go into if they so deem. But I think we'll probably be seeing kind of the same thing as the previous game, where we'll probably be seeing a lot of vehicles, maybe some air usage, but not really much bots, just because it's a smaller planet. And mobility is kind of restricted here, as there's only so much land on this one planet. So I would assume that we'll probably be seeing more or less a lot of vehicles. So alright, so spawning in on, oh, sorry, hang on, there we, okay, cool. So hide the chat real quick, and so spawning in on the main screen, currently down one game and ranked the 10th Uber in all of Planetary Annihilation, going vehicle first as last game, also going with energy first. It's basically, yeah, it's an identical build here. It is the neon green player Azeal and his opponent. Up one game currently, doing the exact same build, but he's also 9 ranks above his opponent, doing, yep, the exact same build. It is the almost neon blue player, Mr. Mifa's qzipco. So, both players, yeah, just going to be trying to basically capture the center of the map. Again, both players also doing the exact same thing with the combat fabric reclaim onto the commander, just to get that extra boost of economy so that they do not drop below 100% at all. Azeal, though, kind of being a little bit, ooh, actually dropping his economy. What's going on here? Excuse me, trying to get the tree fabric eco instead of using that commander. His economy, though, is just dropping significantly here against his opponent. This is never good to see. Azeal, what is going on, my friend? You need to be doing that combat fabric reclaim until you get the second fabric out, as your economy is just doing terrible right now. I mean, 38% to 75, that's just something you never want to have. This one bomber is going to fly. Nope, nope, just scoots around very politely. Might see him get the fabric. We'll have to, nope, looks like the Marauder just doesn't want to deal with that, so he's going to just fly away at this point. And with these two fabrics getting this tree economy, no, this one fabric is just kind of sitting here. Doesn't even look like it wants to deal with it. Looks like the Marauder's going to move in and doesn't snipe the Guardian, so stays up, and he gets the other the other scythe. So very well done here by Azeal. An air fabric coming out here for Azeal. We'll have to see what he decides to do with that. I hope maybe he saw the replay from. Don't tell me you're building tier 2. No. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, I think Azeal kind of took some plays out of the qzipco book from previous game, and is probably going to be just trying to be, just being a little bit more sneaky with his expansion, trying to just kind of expand without his opponent knowing. And as you can see, now that he's getting that tree economy going, it's really starting to kind of boost his economy. The problem, though, is it's that early game economy advantage that he lost. Sneaky Fabbers being sneaky, gonna just get some investigators. These are new solely Legion built units, which Azeal cannot see, but qzipco can use and basically act as visionless radar. So basically what that means is he can see all of the motion. Come on, there we go. He can see all the motion of qzipco's base, but he doesn't know what these icons are. So if he builds a tier 2 factory, he doesn't know that this is a fabric. He'll never know. It's big enough, it's spaced out enough that it could be, but all he knows is there's something there. He just knows that there's something there. And I believe that's the only one he has. Now, the sneaky little booger probably won't get detected, as I don't think anything besides Guardians and other things that kind of detect invisible units can get that, such as the Guardian and maybe even the radar. I'm not too sure, though. Scarab going up here as, well, hopefully this Fabric, yeah, the Fabric should be fine, as Peacemakers trying to kind of just get in here, and, well, they do die very quickly, and some Shanks, they're going to get this, no, they don't get this Fabricator because of the vision loss, and some Patriots getting killed off here by the Peacemakers, and Azeal getting absolutely routed here, and this is exactly what I was talking about here with when he lost that early game economy. I mean, all of that production that he just lost quickly because of that efficiency drop. I mean, when you're playing against the #1 Uber and you're only the number 10, things, I mean, percentages and efficiency matters. When you go down for like 3 seconds to 65% efficiency, that is huge. That is absolutely devastating. And I mean, you can see the ripple effect happening right now. I mean, right now, qzipco, or Azeal, excuse me, is trying to do just base damage. He's trying to just hold off all of this collateral damage they lost. Now, we do see a very, did we see tier 2? Nope, just some storage. So it looks like Azeal trying to get a very early tier 2 factory out here compared to his opponent. The problem with this, though, is he doesn't have the economy for it. I mean, he's down literally 100 metal, and I do believe qzipco just saw it. Yep, he does see the tier 2 building, so he knows that it's happening, and I would assume that we'll probably be seeing the same happening inside qzipco's base here momentarily while he builds more armory foundries. So, you know, it's tier 2 isn't the right thing he needs at this point. He needs units, and he needs some expansion, but he just doesn't have that right now because of his economy. His efficiency is just in the gutter right now as he's trying to just bum rush this advanced armory foundry, and he should get it in probably the next probably 2-ish minutes. Well, actually no, the rate it's going up, let's see, it's going up about 2% a second, and there's 50 seconds, so it's going to come up in about 25 to 30 seconds here. But that's still a lot of time, plus he also still has to build the Shanks, or the Scorpions to do that, and then he needs to start pushing with the Scorpions. By the time that happens, I mean, Azeal, or qzipco, excuse me, could easily have a lot more units out. Looks like, though, he is getting some more energy and just kind of generally expanding. What I think what we're going to see here is once qzipco starts seeing Scorpions from Azeal, as in he's just going to just continue with his tier 1 push, just kind of start solidifying his expansion, and until he really starts seeing Scorpions actually out from Azeal, he's not going to actually build his tier 2 factory until he kind of knows, it's like, alright, maybe I need to kind of start getting it. Oh, actually, as I say, the Caster's Curse, he will be building it effectively once he's cleared out the trees. And Azeal should be done with it right about now. So, what does he build? Do we see Fabbers or do we see Scorpions? Survey says it's nothing. So it looks like Azeal is just kind of letting it. It's more decoration. It's more to kind of ward off all of the Peacemakers that are currently running around his base, killing his metal extractors and his Fabbers. It's more like, hey, I know you got the advantage. I see that, but let me just get something out real quick. let me just say my thoughts. So we do have some Scorpions, excuse me, coming up here for Azeal, which are of course the equivalent to the tier 2 vehicle levelers. Effectively, if you think of this as a leveler or a vehicle factory, it's the tier 2 equivalent. So nothing too crazy going on here. And some Dauntlesses just dropping down some shells. These are effectively the bumblebees for the tier 1 units. And these air things that are kind of following around are the tier 1 scythe. They're called tier 1. They are the tier 1 Legion scythes, also known as the tier 1 MLA hummingbirds. So, you know, it's really just kind of renaming and retexturing, but there is still some kind of the foundations of the MLA that you see in the Legion. Some general pushing out though from qzipco. I mean, as you can see, it's just kind of, actually no, it looks like I think Azeal did a little bit of raiding here. Didn't get the scarab, but it's okay. I mean, when you have most of the map anyways, like, you know, who's counting? Economically, though, it does look like Azeal is actually starting to kind of pull ahead here. If only his economy would, his energy, excuse me, would do the same. He's now floating and down on energy, which is probably the worst things you want to be doing here. 2 more scarabs coming up here, and with these, this will probably ward off the Azeal push here, as he probably doesn't want to push into this, but it looks like he really doesn't care. A Scorpion now going to make its guest appearance in this engagement, and that will definitely clean up all of the units here for Azeal, and boom, there it goes. So the push completely cleaned up, and now there's a Scorpion and a Scarab here to protect. Azeal Scorpion, though, going to try and maybe kill off some of these Fabricators if he can get his hands on it. Their units continue to just fly around and be a nuisance, which is always kind of funny. Scorpion fight! Boom. Azeal does win it by the hair of his chinny chin chin. Some more just long-range snipes coming out here, and we will have now a qzipco Scorpion win, as the trading 9%, what a dream. The trading does continue on this King of the Hill moment. Aryud's going to continue to just clean up all of these units here, as, well, qzipco's negligence to building any Patriots, which are tier 1 bot units, will be his downfall. Oh, he does find that, he does find the radar, so that's always kind of good. Oh, but those scythes out of nowhere. They do find the Dauntlesses. Oh, and a little bit of a few catfish, I believe. Yeah, catfish. The Legion tier 1 naval. Basically, if you think of the Piranha, it's the same thing except it shoots torpedoes, so it's actually pretty good at killing the Aquila, which is the submarine unit for the Legion. And these shots are just going really wild, as the catfish are just avoiding these very easily. As you can see, whoosh, you get good, it says the catfish. Whoosh, get good, it says the catfish. Whiffed, get good, says the catfish. Got him, says the commander, as the torpedo does finally catch him. But it looks like qzipco's starting to take the King of the Hill here. Azeal, though, getting the tier 2 on his metal, keeping his economy at 100%. This Azeal might go big here, as his, yes, he doesn't have the center of the map, but his economy is staying stronger than qzipco's, which is obviously very important here when Legion units are just incredibly expensive. Now, it looks like some raiding, though, happening on Azeal's metal extractors. The Dauntlesses will come in and clean this up. Now, these unit sides need a trade. Keep the Dauntlesses alive. They all die very quickly. And I think qzipco actually might have a... No, actually, I think it looked like the Dauntless count was... or the Scythe count was identical. The problem, though, is he's run out of units. I mean, Azeal might have the efficiency, but he has no units. There are some Scorpions here, but these Fabbers are trying desperately just to protect his base at this point. As, yes, you've got the greater economy, but I've got the greater units, says qzipco, and Dauntless is going to continue to come in here. Scorpion's going to try and just buy some more units. This one Dauntless trying to be the hero, but Patriots say, how about you don't, son? And it looks like Azeal will hold off qzipco for just a little bit longer, but now that qzipco has gotten his tier 2 out and he's starting to get that tier 2 economy, this is really going to start kind of turning in his favor now, as he does have the center of the map. And when you have King of the Hill, I mean, that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 metal extractors, plus the tier 2 that he will get. I mean, that is a lot of economy for this Legion commander. Sai's going to clean those guys up real quick, and it looks like, I mean, Azeal, yeah, he needs to get another tier 2 factory out. I would almost maybe want to suggest maybe getting some monstrosities or some necromancers, which monstrosities, think of them as the vanguard for the tier 2 vehicles. It's very tanky, high damage single target unit. And the necromancer, which is, just think of a giant boom bot, effectively. Just think of a giant boom bot. That's basically the same thing you're going to get for the necromancer. And really, against this mostly vehicle army here, that's exactly what Azeal needs. But the problem is he's sticking with these vehicles. I think he's just trying to stick with what he knows, as he's in this really kind of tense situation. He needs to get a radar up, as I think these Scorpions are basically just shooting because they have vision. And yeah, it looks like Azeal doesn't have any vision of what's going on here, as he doesn't have any radar. So Azeal alone in the dark right now, as he does have some security over most of this map. He does have some security, but he's continuing to just really get kind of turtled off here. And I don't think he really recognizes the loss that he's at now. He needs to take this trade right now, and with that he should be able to push in and get some serious damage done. The Scorpions are in the back, so these Shanks will be taking most of the damage, leaving the Scorpions to do their high damage single target damage. And look at that, a very good trade here for Azeal. Now he needs to push in and start just kind of eviscerating this King of the Hill spot and maybe capturing it, but instead he's going to just sit here and turtle in his base. He needs to get vision. I mean, Azeal is getting mind-gamed by himself right now by just not pushing. He needs to push, but he's not. He's so scared to push because he's afraid that, I guess, qzipco's big bad army of nothing right now is going to push in and kill him, but there's no army. It's just some air units. And he does have a Patriot, which are just monsters when it comes to... Okay, now he's pushing out, so we might finally see a little bit of an engagement here by qzipco and Azeal, and this will be a really big engagement. Oh, necromancer. Or no, those are just random purgers, it looks like. Yeah, just random purgers coming out. And I mean, these purgers are going to do some seriously bad damage to this this tank army if they get in numbers. The air army just trading out real quick, and I think, yeah, Azeal will take the controlling, or the controlling position, but he's going to sit here. Azeal needs to push before it's too little too late. These Guardians are going to try and get up some bouncing Bettys here, and a Arsonist going up. The Arsonist, think of it, well, you'll probably, I mean, it kind of explains itself here once it gets up. And let the fire be purged. Death to the undeserving, as qzipco are going to just eviscerate those units with the fire. But it looks like the Boombot's going to just try and work around here. They're going to move in, and they do bounce. And, I mean, look at that damage. That Scorpion just disappearing into the night. Oh, but the bouncing Betty, oh, this is going to be big. These guys popping on these Scorpions going to just make them nice and weak here. And, I mean, doesn't kill them, but, I mean, what are we looking at in terms of health here? 24%, 51%. I mean, this push is dying. This push is rapidly dying. And because qzipco, or Azeal, excuse me, just sat here for so long, this will get cleaned up by these Peacekeepers and the Shank Scorpion army that is kind of here. Looks like the air units can continue to trade here over Azeal's base, or his army, excuse me, and, oh, running into some more bouncing Bettys. I mean, killing off his reinforcements, that's never a good sign. And, I mean, where's his radar? Where's his vision? Azeal just refusing to just kind of look right now. He's running more of his units through this one straight line. I mean, goodness God, Azeal. Please, get some scout gun. At this point, you might run into more accidental landmines, even though there aren't any more. Huge push, though, out of qzipco. This probably won't be a base killing push, as I do believe... Oh, no, he doesn't have any more Dauntless. And there is a random Scorpion making inside his base out of kind of sneaky Scorpion out of nowhere. So, qzipco and Azeal just kind of testing each other, with qzipco taking the better trade here, as he does have more tier 1. I mean, if Azeal can maybe get some... Oh, no, those are all Patriots. Jesus. That is nothing but pure AA. So, it's just Scorpions and Shanks, and there aren't many, actually. If you really want to remove the Patriots, and there's, what, 4 Scorpions and 6 Shanks. 7, 8, 9 Shanks. Azeal has the bigger army count. This is a pure Scorpion army. If he gets some Peacekeepers out, right, to protect himself from the Purgers, he can kill this army very easily. I mean, it's just... I mean, think about it. These are basically just Ants, Vert, and Scorpions. There's only one... Or, Levelers. So 1, 2, 3, 4 Scorpions versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... I mean, like 7 Scorpions. Azeal should win this fight. He should. That being said, though, there might be more landmines that he doesn't see because he doesn't have radar. And... because of this, he might just die, but we'll never know because he refuses to just kind of get radar vision. Does he even know? No, he don't know. He has some tier 2, but he's not getting any more tier 2. He's getting some more tier 2 metal, which is always kind of good, but he needs the tier 2 energy just to see what's going on. And yeah, he does have a radar, but he doesn't know what's here, and he doesn't know that he can really push. He doesn't know. Gonna start pushing though a little bit, just kind of creeping his way forward, slowly just kind of killing off all these tier 1s, some Patriots making their guest appearance and dying immediately. Scorpion versus, well, 7 Scorpions, never something that you want to trade into. And Azeal is starting to kind of take this King of the Hill position. The economies are almost identical here, and if just Azeal would just get some energy. There we go, the economy is 100% for a second here. And Azeal, how are we looking at the rest of the planet here? It looks like there's some Catfish and Jaegers moving in here. Some Jaeger bombs going to start making their guest appearance here, but the bombers will clean these up very quickly as there is no AA. And as long as Azeal can... If Azeal can hold the center of the map, get some energy, get some tier 1 and tier 2 on this metal, he can kind of start looking around at the rest of the planet, and he should be able to win this. Oh, goodness, the side's going to try and start looking for these Dauntlesses, but they do not find them. And actually, he does clean up all of Azeal's sides, so that's always kind of good. Scorpion's going to start fighting these Jaegers, and actually the Scorpion whiffing completely. Getting finally a few shots in here. The Scorpion staying alive because of the base tree economy here. Actually, it looks like he's going to be pushing a little bit here, trying to just get this front door open for from qzipco. Ooh, is he? Nope. It looks like the Arsonist slowly just burning down these Scorpions one by one. Scorpion needs to focus down these Arsonists as they do burn, you know, in unison here. And I mean, the damage. Look at this damage, Batman. It's pretty intense. And well, now he's just given up the center of the map here to qzipco as he's pushed into basically death here. This is a very good defensive position for the defender, especially because he does have defender's reinforcement advantage. But he should have just stuck on the center of the map, got some, got the medal, but of course we know that, but he doesn't, and that's why it's always fun to be the caster, not the player. Some more Jaegers though going to be moving in here, and these should get cleaned up by the Dauntlesses. Boom goes the dynamite for the first one. Second one should be coming in, but that is a lot of sides, and I don't think that. Oh God, there goes all the Dauntlesses. Jaeger going to stay alive with 56% of health here, and this Jaeger, oh nope, dies very quickly. But more catfish and another Jaeger moving in. This second Jaeger probably will be sitting in bay and should kill off the base here. This isn't a base killing push, but this will basically kind of really start the bleeding process here for Azeal here, as his base, I mean, it's just kind of slowly start losing itself to this Jaeger. Oh, there is one Dauntless though, so maybe there's a clot here in the wound, and I mean, oh, never mind. Okay, yeah, it's just some catfish just trading out scorpions, and Shang's just trying to do their best here on this army. Another Jaeger making its guest appearance, and oh, hang on, Azeal has the center of the map. If he just captures it, just capture it, dude. You have a Faber. Get some radar. Get some tier 2. Your economy needs it. You need this. But he's lost most of the naval game here because of this tier 2 that has kind of arisen from the slow build from qzipco. And because he just doesn't expand, we're seeing the same issue that we saw from last game, because he just stopped expanding, because he just refused to get some more fabricators out. I mean, he's dying. He's getting chipped to death, and because of this, he's going to die. I see no tier 2 Fabers trying to get built here. There are no air Fabers. I mean, all of this metal that he could easily recapture, he's just not capping. He doesn't feel like he needs to, I guess. qzipco does have the lesser economy right now because there's an entire army in his base, which I forgot to mention, but it's no big deal. Just don't worry about this entire army that I sort of was forgot about, but that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This entire base getting eviscerated doesn't. It's okay. It's okay. I've gotten 5 hours of sleep, so it's okay. It's okay. So, Azeal finding a good little trade here. I think he probably sent some units up and probably down that way, and found a pretty good spot to come in. The commander does escape, but now all he has is these epochs and these flyer foundries, which is pretty good. But on 99 metal, and yeah, it's okay. It's cool. It's cool. We'll just keep it on that, 'cause it's better. I think this might be the first time in a long time that I admit that I probably needed a second pip so we could stare at qzipco's base, but what are the odds of that? Guardians probably want to just try and reclaim this scorpion before it kills them, but I will heal you, brother. Ooh, save the Guardian. Nope, rip Guardian. Lamau. Lamau. That 5 hour energy awareness. It is pretty sweet. So qzipco floating on metal, but he has no energy because he has effectively nothing. Trying to build some energy, trying to rebuild his energy, trying to rebuild what was once the glorious qzipco base, and Azeal just pulling out all the stops. Let's just take a quick little look at the chromo cam real quick, just so we can kind of see the beauty in action, and we should see an entire army just kind of, entire army out of nowhere, and qzipco just gets out of dodge as quickly as possible. So, it was a pretty good find. Pretty good like situational awareness for Azeal there. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So very well done from Azeal to sneak basically an entire army out from under qzipco's base. I mean, qzipco's in the game and he didn't see it. I mean, I don't mind me not seeing it, but I mean, if qzipco didn't even see it, then that's a big deal. That was very sneaky. But boom goes the dynamite. qzipco now losing one game and giving Azeal the opportunity to come back with the 2-1 victory here. So congratulations to Azeal for pulling that out and being a sneaky little ninja. So congratulations to Azeal. But hey guys, it's Ghost here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like it, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and make sure to turn up that audio because we're about to kick it.